VCOs.
I just wanna...
The core of Modular and its sound design. These bad boys are the modules that produce your audio. They do this by oscillating air particles back and forth to transmit sound waves. Fun fact, this is why there's no sound in space.
Wait, there's no sound in space? Never has been.
That's the O part in VCO. Its full name is Voltage Controlled Oscillator. The voltage part is pretty obvious, modules run on electricity, what's new? But it's important to note that the frequency or pitch changes with the voltage. Anyway, this oscillator is equipped with all of the basic sound wave shapes. Sine waves, triangle waves, saw waves, and square waves. Sine waves are the most chill, while saw waves have the most harmonics. Basically, the more harmonics, which are these extra peaks besides this big boy on the left called the fundamental. They have a mathematical excuse, but who cares about that?
Nobody.
Then the more rich and scrumptious and delicious. Why did I put this in the script? I mean, seriously, I can write better than this, come on. These things are pretty easy to use. Just plug a patch cable to one of the corresponding outputs on the module, plug the other end of the cable into the stereo outs, and boom, sound. The audio outputs can also be used as CV or control voltage to modulate other parameters and modules. To put this into perspective, let's talk about another module, the LFO. LFO stands for low frequency oscillator. Basically, it's an oscillator, but it produces sound at a very low pitch. These low frequency sounds can be used to modulate certain parameters. Let's take this, the 1 volt per octave CV input. Routing our sine wave from the LFO allows us to modulate the voltage or pitch of the oscillator in a sine wave motion. Logically, you can do this with regular oscillators, but it can get crazy really quickly. Specific to this VCO, these little mod inputs are also CV inputs. This little pulse width thing applies only to square waves. To give you a visual, changing pulse width changes where this little crossover is in the square wave. This changes how the square wave sounds and also changes the modulation capabilities of that sound. The smaller the pulse width, the more the crossover clinks to the left and vice versa. There are many different types of VCOs from many different brands with many different bells and whistles. If you're thinking about getting into modular, choose wisely when it comes to what VCOs you get.